It is not only Donald Trump who recognizes that Americans are going to feel the pain from the trade war that is now in full swing. Yes, you can look at the stock market and you go, that is ugly if you've got a 401k, if you've got any kind of market exposure, it's terrible. But when you go to the grocery store and the car dealership and Home Depot to get wood, some call it lumber, you're also going to see a problem, and the problem will be higher prices. And it's not only Trump who acknowledges it. Here is radicalized and repugnant Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who went on Fox News and acknowledged, she's understating it, she's saying there's a potential risk that Donald Trump's policies will raise prices. Take a look at what she had to say.
This trade war that has erupted involving the U.S., Mexico, China, and Canada, will it drive up consumer prices?
There is a potential risk, as Donald Trump mentioned, but Canada and Mexico, let's face it, these are the facts. They made their bed, and now they can lie in it. I was just participated in a raid on Friday with ICE and HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, and they were there to deport an individual, a young man, 18-year-old from South America, who a week ago had 3.5 grams of fentanyl, enough to kill 100, maybe 1,000 people or more. These cartels, Tren de Agua, TDA, and the Sinaloa cartel, MS-13 gangs, they're everywhere across my home state of South Carolina. They're everywhere across every community across the country. And we have to play hardball with these countries who know where the meth labs are. They know where fentanyl is coming in. They know where illegals are coming in, pouring into our country, killing us even in many of our communities.
You know, this is one of those situations where the economics are quite simple. You know, there are more complicated economic concepts for sure, some of which I learned in college, some of which I've even since forgotten. There are complicated economic concepts. The path through which tariffs raise prices for the average consumer in the short and medium term is not complicated. And in fact, it's so simple that even somebody like Nancy Mace, who has no idea about economics, gets it and acknowledges it. Now, there's two sort of sides to the push-pull that we now have, where these Republicans are increasingly saying prices may go up short-term. They're acknowledging that because Trump has acknowledged it. Prices may go up short-term, but this will be good longer-term. They are setting themselves up so that no matter what happens, if prices just skyrocket with no benefit, they can go, you know, I support this president, but I've been saying prices very well could go up. They can get away with that. If Americans mutiny against Trump's policy, these very same Republicans can say, I warned about this, but I still believe that long term, these were the right idea, so that they can also try to stay in Trump's good graces. People like Nancy Mace, who have a naked thirst to be adjacent to power, are going to say whatever they need to say to try to stay on everyone's good side, which is what a lot of people try to do with Donald Trump. The problem that they are going to run into is it's going to be really hard 7 months from now, when eggs are at another record high, which the USDA is predicting. It's going to be hard to pretend you didn't know. Fox News is trying to get ahead of it. They put together a scrolling list of the goods to be affected by Donald Trump's tariffs. Take a look at this.
That's alike, and thank God for DOJ. They're looking at waste, fraud, and abuse. Just got access to Treasury payment accounts to showcase all of the fraud going on, billions and billions of dollars. They're already saving billions of dollars a day. We have to look at spending. We have to look at tax cuts as well. But it's very important. There are multiple factors that go into inflation. We have to recognize that and try to fight our way forward and grow the economy in a way that wages grow with the challenges we have ahead, and that people can afford eggs and gas again. We can't do that right now until we fix the system.
Yeah, we were just looking at a scrolling list of some of the products and companies that are going to be affected, and it seems like virtually every sector of the American economy potentially could be targeted by these tariffs, and the tariffs that Mexico and Canada have now announced that they will institute against U.S. goods.
Yeah, it's quite a list. It's quite a list, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. And as a sort of bonus, the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, has announced that egg prices will likely hit a record high in 2025. Well, breaking news, they already have. Since Donald Trump became the president, egg prices reaching $7.09 per dozen. Last week I didn't even notice. I said $7.09 per gallon. I was kind of mixing stuff up. $7.09 per dozen for eggs. This is not only the highest price in 2025. This is not only the highest price of the last decade. This is the highest price ever for eggs, and they seem to be going in the same direction. And that is what I want to talk about next.
Well, I wrote a book after a long journey and a ton of work. I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine, and in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, The Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book is about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, please order me The Echo Machine by David Pakman. Wherever you get the book, you'll get the free pre-order perks, including the signed book plate. Head to davidpakman.com/free book stuff after ordering.